Hey, Scrappy Peeps, Suzanna here today for the Scrap Room, and I am sharing with you a large photo layout using my mind's eye Gingham Foundry, created using one of the May flavors of the month kits within the 4-kit collection. So I am also using the paper patterned add-on as well as the embellishment add-on. So this is I think it's an 8.5 size circle. So I printed the large photo on letter size paper, and then I cut out the 8.5 size circle that I wanted. And so I knew where on the my mat it was going to be, and then I cut it out again with the photo itself. So of the pieces of pattern paper, I fussy cut this large flower cluster out, and I want to border this so that there is taking up some of the white space that is actually ivory space, but you know what I mean by white space, so that I'm going to frame the photo top and bottom. So I'm going to put a header and a footer on it. And I had originally, you can see I tried laying the paper down the side thinking that it would be a side border, but the reason I went with the header and the footer is because you can see there's a very clear horizon behind my son and his prom date, and so I wanted to play on that. I also have that yellow up the top that I had also tried the blue. The reason I go with the yellow is because I really think by having the yellow up the top there, the green is made more green and less yellow. I don't really like the flower here because I don't want to cover up too much of her elbow, but I also don't like it up the top because it covers her head and it covers the building that's back there in the background. And so I end up leaving it where it is at the bottom there. So you can see I have the two blues, the sort of this gray blue at the bottom, and then I have that dark blue. I don't like the way that it fragments the page. And so I'm going to change my mind. I toyed with this yellow down below perhaps, but then it was too much yellow. And I like the way that the smoky blue at the bottom pops the flowers much better, and it's not as busy. While there's a lot of verbiage, it just, you don't really look at the words to read the words, you just know that they're words that are moving across the page, especially from far away as we are doing here. So I don't like how dark that yellow is, but I do like having the yellow up there, and you can see how using that dark blue with the yellow strip on top pulls it all together, because then you have that yellow strip in the picture, and then you come down to the heavy. So as far as weight and balance in the layout go, this is what provides a better weight and balance. So I am going to commit to that after shuffling things around a little bit. It took a while to get to this because of that almost looking yellow. That's actually a golf course back there, and their grass is not kept as green as the trees are, obviously. And so that is why you've got that yellow in there. But I loved this giant floral cluster, and I knew as soon as I had these prom pictures, I knew that that is what I wanted to do with this. So I'm going to lay all that down with adhesive and commit to that. And then I'm going to use some of the embellishments from the kit to continue to just put just a little bit more, because I have such weight of that floral cluster. It really truly does not need that much more to the layout there, but I do want to put a little bit more. I will tell you, one of the great things about the Scrap Room kits is that you get a limited number of embellishments. My last video actually, I shared a a simple stories layout based on a sketch, and I had all of the embellishments. And I think sometimes when you have all of the embellishments, you get carried away because you have them all, and so you want to find a way to use them all. So one of the many things I love about my Scrap Room kits is that literally you are limited to what you get unless you order more, and that confines you to what you put on the page so that it's not just embellishment cough up, as I call it. So I have one of the flowers. One of these flowers was actually that flower that's up the top there was attached to this the large floral cluster that I have, and I took it off so that I would have room on the page, and I'm going to use it elsewhere on the page in order so that I do have a trio of elements. I just don't have a trio of matching elements. They're just going to be floral elements, just different florals. So you'll have the trio for your visual triangle up here at the top right where I'm working currently. Then you'll have your huge floral cluster that's on the left-hand side of the photo, and then that floral that is with the banner where I'm going to house the title there. So I go back and forth. As I was editing the video, I really liked this banner down the bottom and the way it softens some of the weight of that navy at the bottom there, but I also like the way that it gives you that third element that disrupts the circle so that you don't just keep spinning around and around on the circle. I ultimately settled for it there, partly because I think Caroline's arm looks different in the circular picture than it does in the square picture. And by covering up part of her dress, you have the illusion of the dress because I've cut out most of the dress in the circle. I hope that makes sense to you as to why what I tried to explain there. It's more to do with visual illusions than it is anything else that I chose to put it there, although it could have gone either spot really. So several things that are going to be raised off of this layout, again, just to provide some depth. This banner here is going to house the title, which is a very simple title. It is prom. So my son and his prom date. So this was a special occasion because it is his senior year, Caroline's senior year as well, and they did not get their junior prom because thank you, COVID. And the schools themselves here where we live did not host proms, but families did. And so Caroline had a dress, and so my son invited her to go as a friend to prom so that she could wear her dress, which I thought was super sweet. And these two have been friends for, gosh, I think since they were 8, and he's 18. They're both 18, so they've been friends for 10 years, swimming friends. So it was fun, and she looked beautiful, and he looked handsome. We got him a suit for him to take out to tech with him so that I think swimmers, they get dressed up the day before, kind of like they do in high school. And so he looked sharp dressed man in his suit there. So you can see I've got a round element up the top. It just kind of continues with those softer embellishments. And then you've got the weight of the navy up the top, the header and the footer on the page that just sort of disperse things there. With my kits, I also got these enamel dots, and I thought they add a fun little sparkle. They also add more round element to the page to add that softness as well. I put a chipboard piece with some yellow at the bottom right. Definitely not necessary, but I like the way that it disperses the yellow throughout the page. So this kit comes with letter stickers, but I didn't like the navy. I wanted something sparkly, so I'm going with these gold letters from my stash, and that, my friends, is going to wrap it up. If you have any questions about the ScrapRoom kits, please don't hesitate to ask in the box down below. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you are doing well. Enjoy the close-ups and come back again soon. Take care.